Well, where I will go now? I go here. I don't shoot your trap for small now. I don't want to meet you now. Mr. Chairman.
Order, please. Order, please. Dear colleagues, we have heard from Mr. Inmate's lawyer that he is not feeling fine. I will now open the floor for our members to react to it. Mr. Chairman, please let me address people like that. Hello, now listen to me. Giving you privilege to be here doesn't mean you should be part of what we're doing. You need to control yourself. It's a serious one. You don't stay here and contribute to what we are doing here. So you allow us here for this serious investigation we are doing. So I wouldn't take that again from anyone. One of my colleagues. Sit down, please. Sit down. Everyone should sit down. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Once again, my name is Honorable Chris Fonter. And I represent the good people of this West Federal Constituency in the United States. Mr. Chairman, actually that has come to represent the publicity. I just told us that he's not here because he's indisposed, correct? He said he's not feeling well also. Do you have any medical letter from the doctor to medical report so that you should have said it? For you to have gone there and given all that kind of face to you should have been accompanied with a medical report to say that he's so unwell that he cannot be here. So please, when next we invite him, we hope he will be well by that time. Thank you. I know that our letter was addressed. So can you give us a letter from him? The letter you have here. That's the one that I sent you. This letter you have from him. Since he is not here, I will request your daughters for us to invite him the next night. Carry. We are going to invite Mr. Okuneye in our next hearing. The next person, class. We are going to invite Michael Benson and Mugwa. He is the DCG in charge of the Medium Security Custody Operations Center, Nigerian Correctional Service. Michael Benson. Aye. Mr. Chairman, with your great permission, I'll yield the microphone to Mr. Chairman, honorable members of the House, the Distinguished Operations, Chairman EFCC, very senior colleagues, distinguished gentlemen, good evening. My name is Michael Benson, Deputy Controller of Operations and the Officer in charge of Regional Security Custodial Facilities in Lagos. I am standing here to declare that Idris Oguneye Olarewaju was interned into the Nigerian Correctional Facility Regional Security Custodial Center in Lagos on the 12th of April with a valid warrant and a transfer order from the Regional Security Custodial Facility. The warrant was endorsed to me by the Deputy Controller of Corrections in charge of the facility on the same day of his conviction. This is the warrant, and I believe copy is attached to the document that we have submitted to the committee. The biometrics of Idris Oguneye Olarewaju was taken the next day because the time it came was around 10:30 p.m. So we could not do the biometrics on that day. So we did the biometrics on the 13th of on the 13th of April 2024. One day later. This is the biometrics picture capturing of the Idris Oguneye Olarewaju on admission on the 13th of April 2024 at Million Security Custodial Center in Lagos. During the time that he spent at Medium, because he spent 10 days at Medium facility in Lagos. 10 days. He spent 10 days, 12 to 20 seconds. Idris Otuneye under the white refusing to eat prisons or corrections ration, decided to apply for self-feeding. Self-feeding is approved in our law. And this is the photocopy of the approval application for self-feeding, where he nominated. I'll get the original for you. The original is also here. So the application for self-feeding was approved. And he Idris Oguneye and nominated 2 persons that will bring in his food to the family within the period he was there. The persons he nominated were Oguneye Idris, Oguneye Abiola, and Moji Oguneye Abiola, and Moji Oguneye. Then his last screening was done. During the admission, we discovered that Idris has a peculiar feature that not allow us to put in general apartment. What are the peculiar features? Features, please. Idris Oguneye Olariwaju, though male, had some female features like a breast. He has a breast. Yes. This is the medical examination done by the facilities medical practitioner, a qualified doctor, Dr. Iforman Okanova. In this, we have the admission board has the to discuss on the best practices and the best way to manage it. Then we arrived at the conclusion that we have to put it in a protective process, which we do. And he spent his time at Medium, 10 days, in our B-ward room 2. B-ward room 2 of the facility. And alone in that particular room. Why we did that is that because we have to abide by the international best practices and according to our laws. If you look at the Correctional Act, Chapter 2A, 218, you find out that we have to abide by the international human rights as approved by the United Nations. And because of the United Nations Act, that's Chapter 2(1)A of the Corrections Act, and also Chapter 13 of the Corrections Act, 1A I to B. 1A I to B. The section 13, 1A I to B, where we have to look at certain features of an inmate before we use a particular management style. Corrections management is not done on social media. It's not done on the pages of the newspaper. It is a professional job done by well-trained officers for corrections management. And everybody, notwithstanding that our laws maybe have not actually recognized the issue of someone being a transgender, that we have to protect him. His rights are sacrosanct. His rights is important for us to protect. And that is why we don't have to, if you go into a general cell, before the next morning they bring out the label. Because there are a lot of people here who are convicted and are standing trial for rape and even sodomy. So we cannot allow that. If we had allowed that to happen, the same public that are clapping for BDM and publicity today will begin to cast aspersions for the Nigerian Correctional Service for not managing publicity well. Now, during the time that Bob spent at the Nigerian Correctional Facility, Vision Service Custodial Center, in Lagos, Idris Okuneye Olarewaju had a total of 39 visitors. 39 visitors. I have the record here. And the visit form that we have is designed that we use. The visit form has position for the name of the visitor, the visit date, the visitor's address, visitor's phone number, visitor's occupation, the name of the inmate that is to receive the visit, a relationship with the visitor, and the inmate's consent. Before you see an inmate, the inmate will have to consent that he or she wants to see you. So after filling the form, on 13th April 2024, Idris Okuneye Olarewaju had 6 visitors. Abiola Okuneye, Kayode Okuneye, Adebola Okuneye, Abiola Okuneye, Bukola Okuneye, and Mrs. Moji Okuneye. These are the 6 that visited on the 13th. On the 14th, we had 1 visitor, the legal counsel, Barrister Ike Gonke. All these people, their addresses and phone numbers are here for verification.
Let us of those things.
Okay. So, and the visitors that came, all their biometrics are here tendered. I think we have tendered it to the chairman of the body. So, on the whole, we have 39 visitors that visited me. And that was 13th to 21st. Because those who came to the then on the 21st, I, Michael Benson, and the Overnight Controller of Corrections, took permission from my command controller to travel to our Corrections Academy at Ijobibo to write my command course exam, which was to come up the next day, 22nd. So, and Idris visits, I handled it personally. So, on the 22nd, I was not available in the facility. I went to the people. When my controller put a call across and told me that he is moving into maximum on security, for security reasons. He's not supposed to tell me, he's the command controller, but he gave me that respect and called me to tell me that look at. I said, no problem, go ahead. And he was moved to maximum on the 22nd of April 2022. So the account I gave is what happened at medium between 12th and the 21st of April 2022. Thank you.
We have, yes, I'll take it one by one, please. We have listened to him. I understand that what category of people do you keep at the medium security, and what category of offenses do you keep at the maximum?
As the name implies, medium security, mostly the people we live at medium security considered center are mostly minor offenders and very offenders as well. So it's sometimes that we have, because of overflow of the big custodial centers that manage big offenders, that they bring some of those big offenders to this space.
Was there an overflow? Because I want to know the reason why you should take somebody who just committed an offense of abuse of naira to maximum security, where you keep people who committed maximum capital offenses. Because I want to know, because it's at this point that we need to address this allegation of the fact that he was not kept, he was kept outside the prison environment. Because I want to know why he was moved from the medium to the maximum. What is the reason?
The reason is one, there was social media hype. Because his friends and family members donated chairs, 21 plastic chairs, to the visit area environment that doesn't have, they have the inconvenient chairs. So when they come to visit sometimes, when they come to visit sometimes, they discover that there is lack of chairs. So they went and donated chairs and wrote the name of this visit here as donor. Then the next thing, it went viral on social media, stressing that this may cause security breach. The controller took action.
Who moved him? Who moved him?
I was not present, but my
I try to say that up to now, even when you get that, you don't know who you did.
My command control they should was extending our hearing. We have a hearing.
Yeah.
We have a general.
What I'm saying is,
The command controller is in charge of the whole of Lagos. You can move into any facility.
Is it the state controller that
yes, it is the same controller.
No, the question is a general question because they are listening. Because we want their leadership to give us a footage of the CCTV of when Bobrisky came into the maximum and when he set the maximum. Secondly, like we have entered the visitors room, how they visit. We also want to have the visitors, I hope you can with it, how he was visited, visitors register, how he was visited when he was in the maximum. So with all due respect, the inside chairman is here. Yeah, he's coming on board. So I'm done. Okay, let's start from here. Thank you,
brother, from what you have said, it is very, very obvious. The question I want to ask you, you have told us here.
Sorry, sir. You asked me a question.
I'm not going to. You told us that Bobrisky has a very special feature, also that you developed the breath. But you have breath not. You don't have right. So, what was the business? Know that you have dash. That is basically how to prepare in a different way. Number 3 question. You also did mention to us that you were bringing the food from outside. Correct? It was not anything to not so few were inside. Yes. That food was coming from outside. Is it allowed by law? Yes. What if they are causing the food and the dice is like we have our root. Thank you very much. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Officer, please you go back to the day you accepted Mr. Okume into your custody. You showed us a picture of acceptance. I'm sure there was a paperwork. Anytime you are meeting an inmate, there is a paperwork that usually accompanies that. Is that correct? Please, can you show us that paperwork? Why you are looking for that, sir? Sir, is it a tradition that an inmate in custody can actually make donations while they are in custody?
That was the wrong aspect. That was the reason why the controller had to intervene.
My question is it the transaction was made, sir, hold on, please. Is it yes or no? Is it the tradition that an inmate in custody can make donations while they're in custody? No. All right. So then going to my other question. Are you listening, sir? Okay. So do you have the discharge letter? Usually when you are moving an inmate from a medium security post to a maximum, I want to believe there's usually a discharge letter. Is that correct? You have that?
Yes, this is the file called transfer of prison. If you look at
Please, sir, do you have it? Okay, Mr. Chairman, I have requested for 2 documents. The first one is the paperwork the day he was admitted, and the second one is a discharge letter the day he was moved from that major security, and you have an admittance letter when you took it to the maximum. I have all that. Okay, Mr. Chairman, I'm requesting for that as well. And officer, now, don't you think the donation of those shares would have influenced the movement of Mr. Okume from medium to maximum? That was what. So don't you think that would have influenced, because when we talk about corruption, yes, that an inmate donating to the correctional facility. Now, I asked before, you said no, is not a tradition, but yet you received it and you accepted it. I want to tell you, and you wrote, hold on, sir. The child came with his name printed on them, correct? You are not the one that did it. I told you that. So you are representing your institution. Yes. So are you representing your institution? You are old, sir. I know. So if you are old, be careful what you say. Remember that I said I went for example after the first visit. It was there that I was told that this yesterday. And because, sir, are you speaking on your personal capacity or you are speaking of the other? I hope you know why you are here. My controller is here. Okay. All right. So, well, let me finish the question. Mr. Chairman, I've requested for those documents and I wish to be submitted. I want to give. Thank you very much. This issue.
I have really one question, but it can be extended to another one. My colleague here has spoken about how when somebody is made, this is what is done. So that is him assuming he knows your procedure. So you, as a deputy controller general, outline the deputy controller as another deputy controller. Can you outline your procedures and steps when you are moving an inmate? As of one hand. Then, on the other hand, you said in your statement that you, after inspecting the inmates, you were completed whether a man or woman. So you moved him, you separated him. Those were your words. So you separated him. Was it in that same facility? Did you put him in a separate room, or do you have room for people where you're not sharing with? So if you can answer that question, and then also explain to you the process of the detailed process of transferring an inmate.
The transfer of an inmate from a facility to another facility issues from the state control, command control. He will give his authorization. And when you receive the authorization, you try to transfer data to the next facility where the inmate is going. There is two forms that we complete that will accompany the letter, Form 5 and Form 5A. Those two forms, you send it to the state controller to sign it. When the state controller signs out Form 5 and 5A, you come to your facility and give the Form 5 as evidence of the improvement, and use the Form 5A as your letter to carry the inmate to the next facility. When you get to the next facility, that's what we call body receipt. Body receipt will be issued to you, like records officer in that facility, to accept that they receive this particular thing. All those documents are submitted.
So can you please provide us with a copy of all these documents that you have said, and also can you provide us with your operational manual that outlines this, so that I can see that what you have said and outlined now matches your operational procedure.
The documents are attached to the analysis that I submitted to you.
The operational
manual is not there. We can submit that one.
It's okay.
Thank you. I just have a simple question, officer. You did tell us that when he came in, and you did find out that I don't know where to put you, whether that you had a meeting, emergency meeting. Can you forward furnish us the minutes of that meeting, the people that attended that meeting, and how the resolution was taken, in line with the procedure of Correctional Act? What the minutes of that meeting, those that participated in that meeting, and the resolution that informed that decision. That is one. Secondly, you made mention that you move into B1 into. Yes. What are the facilities that B1? B is B1.
Fresh up here. Can I answer the question? Okay. The admission of inmates to the facility is done by the board, and that board is called admission board. The admission board is chaired by the officer. The members of the admission board include the record officer, the in-charge welfare, the in-charge medical, and the veteran. Most other ad hoc members may be in charge indoors or workshop, as the case may be. So during that period, we may not have a detailed minutes of meeting where we decided it has to be this. We have to talk to each other. I am the officer in charge of the facility, and we still prevent the officer in charge. So I will be there. Like the people say that nobody should not be at home. They go to this while it's right on the road. I will not be there because I want to please the public. I break the law of the land. During admission, there's what we call classification of inmates. During classification, you classify by offense, you classify by sex or gender, you classify by age, you classify by inherent health challenges, and some other factors that you just said. Now, in the case of it was peculiar. And we have to take a peculiar decision about the peculiar situation. And the decision we took was, this is a block of cell of small rooms. Everybody is his own room. Each of those rooms have a toilet inside of it. So, which means you can stay here. Additional measure that I took is that I posted a staff to be stand by on that particular place. Each time you bring our videos, like you see it. We moved the staff who was there for the whole 10 days that were spent in the meeting.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I'm still speaking with my voice. I have just one question. It is understandable that because of the sex, whether male or female, they may be confused as to where to be. But my question is this: was it at any time when it's supposed to be in your custody, outside the prison custody? Yes or no? Was it at any time?
Yes, just one question. I'm sure at the time the Kuda was brought to the correctional facility. When the time it was brought to the correctional facility, the issue of whether it was completed and was determined.
On the 13th, sir, during admission.
Yes or no? This story and mistake.
When sorry, sir, we are meeting people with what they got comes up. Whatever is in the warrant is what we are doing. We don't add, we don't.
What was on the warrant?
Smell.
I told you I was in the box and he was displayed. Nigeria was they don't know Nigeria and recognizes transgender. All these things you're talking about. Anyway, I'll give it to the chairman for the but the issue is that there's no law in Nigeria today that talks about the transgender. So you are male or you are female. And the conviction, the sentence you have, is always showing you that ABC is convicted as male, and then you take the best precisely the issue. So I'm sure we'll have to start again the matter.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And my distinguished colleagues. Sir, let me put the record straight. Basically, we are here mainly because of you as the EFCC. Because whatever happens to the EFCC are prisons and girls will be evident. And your votes, whatever you tell us is, and let the public know, this committee is not taking side. We will do justice, and that is why we are here. So don't misunderstand me. We will take side. We are going to do justice. I want to ask you something. Are you under suspension? Don't let us into that. Are you under suspension? There was a press release, a national daily news that I and my colleague, Network, and some others had been suspended. Were you giving reasons for your suspension? No reason. No reason. So they just serve you a letter and tell you to go. They didn't serve you a letter. Are you on suspension? You say yes. In social media suspension. I would like you to help us. We are here to give us evidence. We are here to discuss with you and investigate this matter. What you think, what we think that you would have done wrong and also be wrong in the eye of the law. So we need you to speak the truth to us. Finally, are you on suspension? The suspension was a press release.
I think we should stop so far with him. We will get to the issue of suspension because we also have a press release here suspending about 3 or 4 of the officers, signed by the Secretary of Civil Defense Correction, Fire Education Board, Jafaru Ahmed. I think it's here to the Secretary here. So we'll get to the issue of suspension and know the reason why they were suspended, and also look at the laws and the procedures and orders of suspension. So you may wish to submit the documents you have and step down so that we can take the next person.
The whole life to Africa National Assembly, like I said earlier, can you subscribe to GTV Africa for you to have more updates as events is unfolding? Kindly subscribe to subscription because we are happy for what you are doing. Your messages are all taking note of the messages. The correctional officer has been asked to step down, and another of the correctional officer is being called to come over. In a few minutes, he's going to step into the podium to answer questions. This is GTV Africa coming to you live.
Is
from
this the
National
man in
Assembly.
charge of the maximum?
Ben Rabi Freedom. Free man.
Yeah, free man.
Free man.
Clark, have you administered the oath?
I,
ACP, then Robert,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear that the evidence I shall give to this court, the oath, and nothing but we don't have time again, so we have to snap.
Home to GTV Africa live from National Assembly. The next officer is about to give evidence, just signing the oath. And after signing the oath, the microphone is going to be handed over to him. And he's going to state his own while the committee will have to have a pain in listening to him. Just listen to him. Or kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel as we are making comments.
My name is Ben Robert, Assistant Controller General of Correctional, in charge of Zone A. Zone A covers Lagos State and Ogun State. I was the Controller of Correction, in fact, the immediate task Controller of Correction, in charge of Lagos State. I have 20 years copies of you. Controller Correction 3 command. I've made 8 custodial centers and facilities across the country. On the 12th of April 2020, at about 15:30 hours, I got a call from the Deputy Controller of Correction in charge of the police, medium security custodial center. That it is Okune Otabiwa company for I will sentence as either high court and that they are on their way to the consider with a large crowd of fans at the court police follow them to the consider and such that the facility in the center of the town, established by organization, the traffic jam, the big block, within that we have got us in Abamo, and any that can be currently across does not have access to our facility. On the strength of that, everyone to know 150 top ends, the Nigerian Correctional Service standing of I authorize in writing a letter backed by one. The chairman, I like to report that the movement of anything from one party to the other must carry a warrant. The carry warrant, that warrant is called from 5 and 5 days. Transferring you to medium security custodial center activities, that seems to us. For operational and security, was very congested and I like to confirm to this honorable committee that on the 12th that same 12 is then about 4 hours in the way because of the and he was admitted. He stayed in the medium for very 10 minutes. And I had to move my course to move me out of exercising my powers provided in a book. Because the Controller General of Correction transmitted a report to me that there was a trending video on social media that publicly donated some plastic chairs to our facility. And they asked me to find out, address the matter, and report back to me. On the strength of that directive, I rushed down to the meeting. And I confirmed that 21 plastic chairs were donated to the facility. On further inquiry, it was confirmed that those chairs were donated by donations of police. Granted, we offered the chance to the deputy controller. We got permission for me to travel to write an exam and to that. So I entered the yard and I did two things. Firstly, I ordered that those chairs be removed from a visiting hall outside the premises where people have been searched. And they should take it out of segregation. Secondly, I had to go to the cell to see for business. And I told you that we will not accept any donation from the family or friend or himself to our facility, hence, because it brings a very important impression about the reputation and integrity of the correctional service. Secondly, I inspected this transfer. I ordered from medium to maximum.
How was it transferred? Did you carry him in your private vehicle to the maximum, or did you not?
I followed them to maximum. The vehicle was transferring because of the urgency.
Where was he? Was he in your vehicle, or was he in the official vehicle of your district?
He was in my official vehicle, the operational period, because courts were in session and the other official vehicle, because of the seriousness of the matter, I had to, the courts have, if they are going to court,
is it official vehicle?
I use my official operational vehicle. I have a flat card, but I went to that facility to operational, with an operational unit, official operational unit. I ordered the staff officer in Correctional medium. Normally, they are transferring an email, the letter, and the transfer what they must be an escort. All the program documentation were done for him to transfer, engage the record office, and everything that has to do with this transfer.
He has been tendered. Have you submitted those things?
It's been tendered. It's been tendered. So, on the 22nd, we moved under my supervision because the container was not turning to the government. But to move it to maximum. It stayed in maximum from 22nd of April to the 5th of August, when he was discharged from lawful custody upon expedition of his duty. And to provide respect, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to clarify the issue of keeping operating in a single search. For this stage, P1 has a capacity of 240. 240 is stated in two. There are many single cells and it is standard practice in the correctional service to classify them. We saw in publicity a special case, especially in the sense that is a transgender, and allow him to stay in the general cell to create a bigger problem. Firstly, it is bullying, it will be violated, and it is a major problem for us. And it's important to tell this community that Bobrisky was not the only person staying in this. There are many in this case. What very important case we manage again. The same week Bobrisky came to Correctional, we are admitted. I have the one line. We are admitted another unit from the certain part of the country. A trailer driver, and it is a hemophilia. Our men in Correctional were very dutiful and professional, and they were able to search, and they
detected that it's a mofo. He had the male organ and had the female organ. That is what they for them to separate it. It must be start from our a trailer driver and the charge is sustained. He appears before emergency court and remanded. And the deputy controller in charge did a professional alongside his team. And they kept that image in a single slide. They kept the image in a single slide. Because if you don't do that, there's a million of images. And the image is the same image could not, an indigent get a lawyer. The deputy controller in charge will send approval for court, a legal representative to help that indigent image. And approach the magistrate. Especially when the court is in the magistrate. Until the image was discharged from the court. This is the letter and the and the warrant for that image. Who is the Yahoo folder? The chairman, we never took publicity out of our facility. We never took publicity out of our facility from the 12th of April to the 5th of August. In fact, even when there was a need for medical attention, I got very firm instructions from the commander that we should go out professionally because of the reason of the court. At the point there was a need for benefit by our regulation, the controller, only the controller can give approval for an inmate giving the federal to another person. But I never gave any approval for publicity, even to get medical assistance outside. But the clinic is not doing. I don't know there and I'm able to manage it with the bed. He never gets to facility. I say on two.
Were you suspended?
I'm not suspended. I'm not under suspended.
Not even with the press release.
No,
it didn't affect you.
No, it didn't affect me.
Okay, members, we have had him. Do you still have other things to say? Can you hand up so that we can take one or two questions?
I have a concern. If I tell you, I don't want information today from one of my officers in charge of the facility that there's a trending story. But it's important we need to address this thing. No going forward. There's a trending story of a high profile that was moved from the facility to our facility. And that is a trend, another trending story that was taken from our facility in the particular state to an apartment close to the prison. And as the story is gaining traction, it becomes to you very soon. And this is the problem. So, we have professionally, the service have very tolerant for all forms of professional control and the legal community. And those staff to manage an inmate because of so many number of work. And also in charge of the facility and also in charge out of the bed, out of the yard.
This is why you're talking about now. It's not for every year. So let us deal with this one that brought us here and conclude it. So can we take just three direct questions to him? Let me start from you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So, you mentioned that because of the urgency, you have to move in with your official operational vehicle. Can you tell us what this urgency was about? What was the urgency?
The urgency is that my principal, the controller of correction, was on me monitoring that development. And I consulted with him, he gave me approval to transfer. It's a gesture. 23 million and nothing is within the same. Is very to 200 million from 23 million to nothing. So the offset charge was not on ground, it traveled with my express permission. And I was in command control at them. And once it's
the urgency. The other officer says for security reasons. You came, you said the urgency. Can you explain to this honorable committee? Define this urgency for us.
The urgency, with respect, Mr. Chair, the urgency.
Was there a particular threat at that moment that would have led to the breakdown of law and order, or people coming in to break into your facility? Because you have still not defined the urgency for us. We want to know because your vehicles moved other inmates to court. You had to rush down there. On your way to that facility, did you meet some group of people trying to vandalize your facility? Because we are trying to understand these urgencies. Just go ahead.
Mr. Chairman.
You want to tell us?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
The provision of a standing order allows the controller to allows the controller to move for security and administrative. In any circumstance, the controller
Okay, let's move to another question. So when you came, those chairs that were donated, were they moved out of the fund? Where are the chairs? When you gave instruction for those chairs to be moved, to who?
And move that to where?
To where? Yeah, to where? Did you have to just throw them on that? So you are not found that if you are doing your facility. So will you be surprised if I show you pictures now that those chairs are still in your facility? You will be surprised. So check, we will leave that for Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Honorable colleagues, my name is Honorable I represent Nigeria, the people of the support and from Abia State. Controller, I just have one question. Assistant Controller, you said that Bobrisky is a homo project. You said it.
No. Bobrisky is a transgender. The next thing, we had another image we admitted that the second image is the Inmate product, and I have it for that.
Okay. Thank you.
Excuse me.
Mr. Chairman, Co-Chairman, honorable colleagues, I remain Ogel David Amedabimba representing Expressive. I'm from Benue State. Assistant Controller General. First, I really want to appreciate the light you've thrown to the whole scenario, but I want to also put something straight here. We have a constitution that backs us as a nation. The 1999 constitution has amended. Some of these, your findings, whether transgender or whatever other case, is not recognized by our constitution. These are your special discovery in the area of your field that you are managing professionally. I want this to be laid to rest before it will be, you know. I've seen something different. I will say we saw some high-profile people, high-profile convicted emails there. We requested for them. We saw them. These were some of the emails they told us that they are not in custody. But we saw them. I won't mention their name, obvious reason. And then some of these that we said are also of high security intel. It's because we are following the directive of Mr. Chairman. Some of these things would have been better in an executive session so that we can hit them one after the other. But be at its way. There are some other issues really to be looked into. You see, we have one of the officers that came on board. The question was thrown to him: are you suspended or you are not suspended? The question was not well answered. These are some things that you yourself, as someone who is heading that region, should clarify as well. So we want to know, was there disciplinary measures put in place as a result of this trending issue we are investigating now? Is something that can come from a preview before even the Controller General will now make an attestment to it. So we need you to clarify that what you are doing regarding this video. The other aspect I will hold on the EFCC people comes on board. But so far so good, you have clarified some of the issues. But on that aspect, we need you to clear it as one of the high-ranking officers today. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, my name is Honorable Dr. Emily, and I represent the people of Akampa and BSA Cross River State. Let me just collaborate with what my colleague has said, because I was also in the entourage that visited their facility a few days ago. Yes, the creativity we saw there was impressive. But you are under investigation now. The integrity is at stake. You must prove
that Bobrisky at no time was he taken out of the facility. The officer before you had shown that the 10 days he spent in the medium security facility had a history of visitors. Can you also prove that when he was taken to the maximum security prison, he has a history of his visitors? Thank you.
Yes, the first question about the suspension of the two refugees, I can confirm that there's a testimony from our board suspending 4 officers, including the two that are heading to the as I speak now, they are yet to be served with formal about the suspension. That's why I can speak before you. Because of the allegations of corruption,
Chairman Mike, sir. Mr. Chairman Mike. Mr. Chairman, use your mic, sir.
Can you conclude?
And for this case, I'm beginning the first coordination from the dual perspective to the of August when in both regions and at maximum facility. We have impeccable records of all the management, including physical. One, the biometrics of this is maximum, is major, and is military. Those documents have been treated and brought back for them much better. And I thought they shared it too.
Are you telling us on good now that it is not collecting money to effect that transfer, urgent transfer you did with your officer card?
Mr. Chairman, for logistic challenge, I like to inform this member committee. I've had court several to use my official operational card for court duty. At times, I take a vehicle from the level of controller from another to go to the assist because of the challenge. So it was not that of place for me to, and given the fact that it was next door to go to the place. If I didn't do that, the contractor would have sanctioned me because the action of justice matter.
It's okay. It's okay. Let's have the man in charge of maximum. Let's have the man in charge of maximum.
Mr. Chairman, may I have your questions? And I manage APC under my watch from the 9th of June to the 5th of August. When I discharge you accordingly, discharge warrant, the discharge certificate is here, submitted. The original warrant it is here, submitted as well. And I took pay gather all requisite parts. That's from the month of April, May, June, and July. Because the red ones are Asia. All these documents were submitted, sir.
Okay, Patrick. Thank you, my chair.
Unfortunately, this is not going to be your question. I can argue it with your superior. Since you're here. Now, it seems a caricature of the Nigerian Correctional Service that there will be a press release suspending officers and your superior steps up here or steps out here and says they're not been personally served, so they're still in uniform. Is that how it works?
Sir, this is a regimental service. If you are not very questionable of what you use, one might say investment to this. Honestly, it's like everybody has a paper on here. Myself and my colleague from here are suspended. For not today, there's no letter to defend.
Have you taken steps to verify if you're still in service or suspended from service? As a dutiful officer?
As a dutiful officer, if somebody is on suspension that is acting such a custodial institution with immediate effect, that will someone to replace it. So far as nobody is here to take over for me, I should maintain the ground for the safety of the country.
So can you confirm that suspension was a pass?
Not yet a pass, but as a paper, I hope.
No, are you confirming? I think that is important. Are you confirming to this parliament that the suspension was fake?
What paper?
Do you know the officer assigned to the operation? Do you know? I'm not aware of any suspension.
I'm aware of this. Suspending myself and my colleagues.
You confirm that suspension was valid? Yes or no?
This person Joba woman.
So that we can, on the issue of EFCC, we
We will just hear from the prosecutor and also hear from the man representing the chairman. Go ahead.
Presentation. We are in Secretary, Civil Defense Correction, Fire and Immigration Board, Jafaru, Abeg here. Jafaru, Abeg, the board secretary. Jafaru, Abeg. With your permission, Mr. Chairman, can I invite the Controller, Nigeria Correctional Service, Mr. Aliyu Nababa, to kindly come back to the city. Prosecutor.
Audio man. Stella. Audio man.
My name is my name is but basically, as Southeast is quite actually so that community and the second issue of friendship, the officer confirms were duly suspended by the board for to give way to investigation. That's what we have now. They are let us come to because on Friday, let us come to the board. That's it.
Also very.
And I humbly invite this child to go to me for your info. The son, the EFCC prosecutor. Go to me or your info. Mr. Chairman, sir.
now. All right. Honorable Chairman and Co-Chairman, Mr. Rotimi Oyediko, I think there's a bit of a mix-up here. Rotimi Oyediko isn't the prosecutor who handled this case in court. The prosecutor is here. Yes, not Rotimi Oyediko. So if the committee wants her to make a presentation, she's here, but not Rotimi Oyediko. She was not the one. But I would like also the prosecutor. Yes, the prosecutor is here. Yes. Thank you.
What's her name?
Yeah, but
before we take this thing to her, the Controller General, you have to make available the CCTV camera recordings showing Mr. Idris in the correctional facility in that maximum within that duration. You have to prepare it and also take that it to us when he arrived at the facility and when he was discharged. Take note of that.
Mr. Chairman, can we proceed? Please, see after me.
I, Ikisu Buhari, do solemnly swear that the evidence I shall give to this committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Honorable Chairman, sir, and honorable members of the committee, standing on all existing protocols. Sir, the special duty legal of the Directorate received the case files of Idris Okuneye, aka Bobisi, on the 4th of April 2024. After receipt of the case file, my team sat down to come up with the case plan and proceed with the case. That in the course of carrying out the commission, in a bid to curb the mutilation and naira abuse, set up a special task force to look into this offense. And Bobisky was apprehended because of sir, in the case file, the statement of the ex-convict confessed earlier that Bob Express not registered school that special controlling against money laundering because I'm not aware of it. Ignorance of the law not an excuse, which informed our decision to charge him for not rendering results contrary to the Money Laundering Act, Section 6(1), and punishable under Section 19 of the same. However, on the 5th of April 2024, we moved the motion for the Honorable Court to hear the matter because it was a petition matter, and we were granted leave to proceed with trial. Notwithstanding the unequivocal confession of ex-convict, convicting essential ingredients in counts 5 and 6 of the charge, and having indicated willingness to plead guilty to counts 1 and 4 of the charge, which has to do with mutilating of the naira currency, the prosecution in total fidelity and conduct its oath and strict adherence to professional practice of not only disclosing exculpatory documents in defense, having received a report of investigative activities from SCUMO, which showed that both Express is not a designated non-financial business and profession, decided to drop counts 5 and 6 of the charge in the interest of justice and fair hearing, without any inducement or prompting of any sort from the defense, and in line with the mandate of the Special Task Force against naira abuse. We attached the response from SCUMO. We also attached the charge showing counts 1 to 6. There was no amendment of the charge. The dropping of counts 5 and 6 was done in court because the ex-convict elected to plead guilty to counts 1 and 4, which had to do with naira abuse. In any event, counts 5 and 6, which had to do with not rendering returns to SCUMO, showed that it was not the Board Express which he used to pay. It's not a designated non-financial business and profession. That's what informed our decision to drop count 5 and 6. An amendment of charges is not alien to practice, particularly sections 216 of Act 2015. It is also noteworthy that the alteration made by the prosecution did not contain any provision of the external policies of the Commission and its standard operating procedures. We have amended charges severally in court when the need arises. Steps taken by the prosecution in this proceeding, dropping counts 5 and 6, which is akin to amendment of the charges, can take place at any time before judgment. It's not alien, as the Commission has, in numerous instances, had cause to amend, add, or subtract from the body of the counts of the charge referred against defendants, and this will not be the last. We attached records of proceedings of the court showing how we arrange the defendants in court. To show that the ex-convict there was no cohort between prosecution and defense, the ex-convict even appealed the judgment of the court. If there was any interaction or any agreement, he would have gotten what he wanted and he couldn't have appealed. We also have the notice of appeal by ex-convict attached to We also attached a copy of the charge, the record of proceedings, and the main section of the Special Task Force that investigated the case of the ex-convict. I want to state categorically that there was no form of financial inducement any member of the Commission, especially the prosecution team, respect for this matter. All we did was carry out our duty as regards to our core values of professionalism and the ethics that I took as a legal practitioner to prosecute and not prosecute anybody. We are most grateful.
Are you done? Okay, can you send out the documents to them? Okay, dear colleagues, do you have anybody who wants to ask? The two charges. Okay, can you explain more why the money laundering charges, why it was dropped?
Okay, sir. As I said earlier, when we were analyzing the case file to prepare our charges, the purpose of the charges in the first place was to charge for naira abuse and mutilation of naira currency. But then the defendant confessed that Bob Express, he attached his statement wherein he provided this confession. And Bob Express is not registered with SCUMO, Special Control Unit Against Money Laundering. And knowing that we can convict on a confessional statement, we went ahead to include counts 5 and 6 in the charge. But when he elected to plead guilty in court in the morning, and happened at the back of our response from the Special Control Unit Against Money Laundering, saying that the Bob Express that we're charging for not rendering returns is not qualified to be a designated non-financial business and profession as provided under the Money Laundering Act.
Is it clear now? Okay. Do we have any other person? Okay. If we don't have any other person, I think EFCC, what they have is the main allegation against them is dropping of this charge. That they collected money to drop the money laundering charge, which she has said emphatically that they did not collect money. It's left for the committee to do our own investigation to know what they're saying, whether it's the fact or not. She has also said originally it was 6 counts. They were charging for 6 counts, but she has explained why they had to drop the money laundering charge. So on that note, dear colleagues, the day is fast-spent. I want one of us to move that we adjourn. Okay. Okay.
Mike, come on, give him the mic.
Okay, can you? Yeah.
That is all. Oh, sorry, sir.
I do solemnly swear that the evidence I shall give to this committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. The chairman and the co-chair of the Joint Committee for the investigation of this disturbing allegation of corruption against the EFCC and other government agencies. I stand here today. My name is Michael, the Chief of Staff to the Executive Chairman. I stand to represent him. He says his sincere apologies for not being here due to the exigencies of duty and team conduct, though he will approach it again. The data of investigation into this very deep and disturbing allegation, we would like to just make this presentation on behalf of the Executive Chairman very quickly. Our attention was brought to the viral video published by one Martins, Vincent, aka Very Dark Man VDM, wherein Idris Olaruwaju, Okeneya, aka Bobrisky, and ex-convicts alleged that the officials of the commission received the sum of 15 million naira to drop money laundering counts in charge FRN versus Okeneya Idris Olaruwaju. In the same video, the publisher, the Very Dark Man, revealed that Bobrisky made this presentation to an undisclosed friend of his, whom he intended to receive a financial support from. Attached here is a copy of the charge we have marked as Enclosure 1. Given the gravity of the offense, which touches on our core value as a commission, it touches seriously on our core value, and we do not take kindly to the integrity of the commission, one of the best all over the world and in Africa. For our integrity to be touched. Given this value of integrity, courage, professionalism, and collaboration, the executive chairman promptly constituted a team to investigate the claim and equally issued a statement through his various social media accounts to that effect. While the investigation is still ongoing, the executive chairman received from this honorable house an invitation directing his appearance and the concerned officers of the commission before this honorable committee for an investigative hearing. Upon close scrutiny and analysis of that video that gave rise to this investigative hearing, the commission observed the following: that the published and widely circulated video contained a private conversation between the ex-convict and a yet-to-be-identified individual who, in an attempt to obtain monetary benefit, alleged the compromises and the compromise of the officers of the commission, the Nigerian Correctional Service, a private legal practitioner, Femi Falana, SAN, and a private and FAS, the bad guy. That in an attempt to induce and convince the yet-to-be-identified individual into parting with his money, the ex-convict alleged that the sum of 15 million naira was demanded by the officers of the commission to drop the count of money laundering counts in counts 5 and 6 of the charge sheet, and that he could not transfer the said sum from his account because of the investigation, thereby inferring that the said account was frozen. That at the time he was demanding for this money and claimed his accounts were frozen or under investigation, the commission never, at no time in the course of investigation, placed the account of the ex-convicts under postal debit. His account was never frozen throughout the period of investigation. Whereas the ex-convict mentioned the names of his friends who raised various sums of money and credited same to the account of his brother, the names of the officers of the commission that allegedly collected the bribe were not disclosed by the ex-convicts. Also, the mode, the place, date, and time of the delivery of the alleged bribe, or to an account where it was paid, was not disclosed by the ex-convicts. Arising from the above observation, the commission wishes to state categorically as follows. In view of the prevalent nature of the currency, mutilation, and abuse of the naira, which has been expressly criminalized by Section 21 of the CBN Act 2027, the commission, in a bid to curb the said offences and in the discharge of its statutory duty, set up a special task force via a memo by the executive chairman to all its directorates. Now, attached here, which is also a copy of the said memo marked as Enclosure 2. As a result of the setting up of this special task force and the vigorous sensitization, investigation, and prosecution, a number of convictions were secured, which has significantly stemmed this dangerous tide of abuse of the naira. I mean, which all Nigerians are witness today. It was in the course of carrying out its mandate that the special task force of the Commission Lagos Directorate received intelligence which revealed 4 different videos of gross abuse of the naira notes perpetrated by the ex-convicts, which warranted his investigation and prosecution. That on the 12th of April 2024, the ex-convicts, while undergoing investigation in his extrajudicial statement, confessed clearly inter alia, Bob Express is not registered as SCUMO, Special Control Unit Against Money Laundering. I'm not aware. Hence the inclusion of count 5 and 6. Due to his own confession that Bob Express is not registered. So the prosecutors had to now include all of this and then did a further check on that. Now, in the body of the charge, this was included wherein the defendant, now ex-convict, was alleged to have failed to submit to SCUMO a declaration of his activity, which is contrary to Section 6(1) of the Money Laundering Prevention and Prohibition Act 2022, and punishable under Section 19 of the same Act, in addition to the substantive offence of tampering with the Naira note as contained in Count 4, for Count 1 to 4. However, on the 5th of April 2024, notwithstanding the unequivocal confession of the ex-convict, admitting the essential evidence of in Count 5 and 6 of the charge, and having indicated willingness to plead guilty to Count 1 and 4 of the charge, the prosecution, in total fidelity and candor to his oath and strict adherence to professional practice of not disclosing documents to their defense, having received a report of the investigation and activities from SCUMO, which showed that Bob Express is not in designated non-financial business and profession, decided to drop counts 5 and 6 of the charge in the interest of justice and fair hearing, without any inducement or prompting of any sort from the defense, and in line with the memoranda of the special, with the mandates of the Special Task Force Against Naira Abuse. We have this also attached here and marked as Section 3. That the Honorable House is invited to note that alteration, amendment, addition of charges is known to law. Very known to law. Particularly Section 216 of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2015. It's also noteworthy to note that it is also noteworthy here to note that the alteration made by the prosecution did not contravene any provision of the external policies of the Commission, nor a standard operating procedure. That in the steps taken by the prosecution in proceeding to drop count 5 and 6, which is akin to amendment of the charges, can take place at any time before judgment, is not alien, as the Commission has in numerous instances caused charges to be amended. You can see our attachment as enclosure 4. The Honorable House is urged to use its constitutional power to ensure that corruption and other vices are exposed, investigated, prosecuted, and also ensure that patriotic and dedicated officers are not blackmailed, demonized, and demoralized for faithfully serving and carrying out their lawful duties. That the Commission has been consistent in its advocacy, calling on all public with credible information on any alleged act of corruption involving any of the staff to come forward with evidence. This, the public is urged to do responsibly. Short of the ex-convicts and other accusers openly naming the officers of the Commission to whom they allege gave the bribe of 15 million naira in order to reduce and influence the dropping of counts 5 and 6 of the charge, bordering on money laundering. It is reasonable to infer that the ex-convict merely made up the story to convince the yet to be identified person he was speaking with in order to obtain financial favor under the pretense by dropping the name of the Commission. We wish to draw the attention of the Honorable House to the fact that the onus of proving this grievous allegation against officers of the Commission rests squarely on the accusers in this case, the ex-convicts and the very dark man. It is noteworthy that the Commission extends an invitation to the ex-convict and the very dark man to come and assist the Commission in unraveling the identities of the officers of the Commission to whom the alleged bribe of the sum of 15 million naira was paid. Regrettably, up till this moment, none of them have honored the invitation. While appreciating the seriousness attached to this incident and the noble steps taken by this Honorable House to unravel the truth contained in this allegation in the viral video for the sanctity of the institution and the nation Nigeria, the Commission wishes to assure this Honorable House and the general public that on our part, We are committed to getting to the root of this matter, and appropriate actions will be taken accordingly. In conclusion, the Commission is appealing to the general public to desist from attaching parochial sentiments and unfounded assumptions to actions taken by patriotic and dedicated officers in the course of discharging their duties in the interest of the nation. Accept the assurances of the Executive Chairman, highest regards. Thank you.
No.
We will be presenting a copy of this presentation and all of the attachments to this.
Just hand it over to the clerk.
Thank you.
We have all listened to the chairman presented by his chief of staff. Let us, Honorable David.
The remain of your David and the once again, Mr. Chairman, co-chairman, honorable colleagues, the officers of the Correctional Center, the chief of staff to the EFCC, and other distinguished here. I haven't heard your submission on behalf of the chairman of EFCC. We were already at the closed section towards the point of chairman of this committee to make some before this was submission. I would have loved this submission to come before the prosecutor. Like you already know, we are all here to make sure that justice is served. Secondly, we are all here to make sure that our institutions that are trying their best to put this country in a better shape, just like Mr. President have assured us of the beautiful agenda that we are all in, to make sure that these things go on well. That's why we're all seated here. Thirdly, for me, as a member of this committee, I've already made my submission to chairman. Some of these whole allegations and whatever have been said today is centered on one person, and that is Mr. Okunaye. I don't want to mention the other one if I mention it. It's he. I don't know. Even what is written here is he. So I am going by what I think you are looking for. I will send you back to Adjournment. So he centers on him, and I want to submit this way: that this investigation will have more meaningful impact when we have him on the ground before us. Secondly, to have the alleged person who is in that tube of that conversation, that they were all communicating together on the floor. With all these people, then we'll be able to really see what is really happening, so that they can look into our book and say, this Mr. A was whom this was given to, Mr. B this was given to. So I will want you to also have yourself in that in terms of those issues of dropping camp charges or not. It's also on that same Mr. Idris to authenticate. We have heard from every quarter. So, Mr. Chairman, I want to submit that we adjourn to have Mr. Idris on ground, and then with the other counterpart who we discuss with. We already have Vincent on ground. We have already all the solutions have been made, so that it will help us to get to the root of this, and then we will leave it at all. Thank you so much.
Okay, if you want to say something at least, let us allow him to say something. Are you asking a question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just 1 minute.
All right.
or bars on everything. That's what I think.
I think it's noted. The bone of contention is that a charge was dropped in receipt of money. The charge was dropped because money exchanged hands. That is the allegation. But the prosecutor has given reasons why the charge was dropped. He gave reasons why the charge was brought in here in the first instance. If I understood that, he said it was based on the confession of the same publicity. That was why it was brought in. And when they also saw reasons why it should be removed, it was removed. And it is not against the law profession, according to what she has said, but that is not the conclusion. It's not the conclusion of the matter. I agree with you that the account that received the money should be investigated. Let us know in whether if you can get money today and transfer to this point. At this point, you press it to that point, you press it to the final point. So even if it is withdrawn cash, you will also know that it is withdrawn cash. So EFCC, who is represented here, you should take note of that. We are taking note too. We have powers to scrutinize those accounts. And you can be sure, like I said earlier, that we are going to trace this the movement of these monies to the final destination. That is one. Secondly, there is the person who actually recorded that video, that audio. In our next sitting, should be here. We need that person who did that recording. We need to have his number, the number that was called, and the number that called the number. This time around, phone numbers are registered. We'll be sure that the number that made the call belongs to Bobrisky. We'll also be sure that received the call is here. We'll also approach the network providers for us to be sure that it is not artificially generated. So, having said that, to the man in charge of our correctional facilities, if you have listened carefully to what the man who is presenting the chairman said, he said that immediately they saw that viral video, they set up a team to investigate what happened and all that. So I don't know if you set up a team or if it is based on the team you set up that you arrive at the suspension of two of your colleagues, the man in charge of the medium and the man in charge of the maximum. Both of them were suspended. So I also don't know if you have set up a team. You have your own internal disciplinary mechanism of how to know whether these things are true or not. So what we are doing here, like our police are saying, is we want justice. If these people did not commit anything and you suspend them, you have not also served justice. And if you have suspended them, invariably what it is that you are confirming the allegations. You are confirming that these people actually took money and these people to this and that. Yeah. So what I'm saying is that we have to look at this whole thing critically and be able to come up with the real truth in this matter. So on that note, I will advise our police to move that we are adjourned.
Thank you, Coach Chapman. Honorable colleagues, invited guests. First and foremost, I think it's important to clarify that the issue of suspension probably came from the board. And we also invited the secretary of the board, who is not here, who is not present here right now. I think he's the person that can come and clarify the issue of suspension. And to the best of my knowledge, in some cases, have to suspend officers to allow proper investigation. It is not as if it's a confirmation that they've actually done something wrong, but for you to clear the way for proper investigation. So I think it's important to clear the air to say that. And probably by the next sitting, as you have said, the Secretary of the Board of Correctional, Civil Defense, Immigration and Fire Service, who the press believes expected on the suspension, will also be here to shed more light on the reasons why suspended arrest. So I think it's important
So can somebody move that will adjourn Senator, who will inform you of the next date we are going to sit.
Co-chairman, honorable colleagues, yes, we are present. My name remains Ibe Okwa also Ukabo, and I present the very close people around the board of after a full deliberation of today, and in mind that we still have a lot more work to do, I move that we adjourn today's hearing. Senator, I so move.
I saw second. Thank you.
Co-chairman, distinguished colleagues, motion has been moved and seconded that we adjourn this hearing, sin and die, that the parties will be communicated the next hearing date. Those who are in favor say aye. Those who are against say nay. The ayes have it.
Video. Video. That man. Sorry.
Who's that? Another boy.
When I want to get a shortcut, Mr. Adeyanju, how do you feel with the hearing?
Audio recording wherein Bobrisky has alleged a series of corruption against the EFCC. The rest is left for the investigation.
go to the next script. Yeah. Are you satisfied? Are you satisfied? What it makes? The whole life to GTV, just to be part of the conclusion, moving down straight. Very yes, song to celebrity others. This record must not stop. Move.